Hey guys, we are here today to discuss my favorite performance mod I've done on Elsa the GTI. We've done things like an exhaust, turbo muffler delete, intake, we've done suspension mods like a rear sway bar, interior brace, all these things that are just fantastic. But if you've been following the build, you can probably guess what my favorite performance mod has been, and it's something I did right in my yard. Oh my goodness! My favorite performance mod on my MK6 GTI is the 034 Motorsports Stage 1 tune. This thing is just freaking beautiful. Absolutely in love with it. I mean, just listen to this. That is just some piece of art right there, 034. Now let's tell you why it's my favorite. There is so much that goes into making the 034 Motorsports Stage 1 tune my favorite performance mod for my GTI. We'll get the first one out of the way. Yes, it actually makes more horsepower. You can feel it. It is awesome. Tunes on turbocharged cars are just one of the best things that you can stinking do to these bad boys. I remember when I bought the tune, I needed a Windows laptop just because that's how car guys are. We're not on the Apple fad yet. I'm not either, so that's okay. And I wanted to find a laptop that I could actually use, and I couldn't find a laptop. So for some reason, no one really had a Windows laptop that I could use, but I had a Windows PC. So I had to do what I had to do, and I parked my car right outside my office window. Now, here's the thing. It would not have been that big of a deal if I had a Wi-Fi card in my PC, but I don't. I'm hardwired, so we're kind of stuck with that. So that's what made us need to go right outside my window, because I wasn't about to undo 75 feet of Ethernet cable just to move it over to the garage. It is what it is. It was super fun. Moving the computer out there was hilarious, and I thought would have been just really funny to have going on. Jake actually injured his shoulder right before that, so he was having a bit of a fun time getting the computer out there. He forgot he had it injured when he grabbed the computer from me out the window. Kind of hilarious. 034 Motorsports benched their MK6 GTI at about 201 horsepower. Now, there's others that are up to 210, 211, but 034 has about a peak increase of 30 horsepower. So if with all my other things that I've added, I was maybe at 205, 210, just because of the age of the car, then I might be looking at 240 horsepower on this thing right now. Except we're still fighting a boost leak. Got to figure out where that is. Really got to put the time into that to find it. But this is real horsepower. This is proven results on the dyno, something that is actually going in and reconfiguring the ECU to create more boost pressure, change the ignition timing, and actually make power, as opposed to a lot of these other manufacturers making claims, but then you see that in the claims it's like, oh, it's already on a stage 2, so it's making 5 to 7 on a stage 2, and you're just like, that's not me, I don't have a tune. So it's real power, and you really feel it, and it is beautiful. Fun fact, this was the first car that I've actually tuned, and it is beautiful. This MK6 GTI responds incredibly well to tuning, to modding. Oh, I mean, so good. A little turbo flutter on liftoff. It's just fantastic. Now, we're in the twisties, and I want to point out that I do have some amazing handling mods in here, but this car needed a little bit more power from the factory. It needed a little something else to get off the line, and the 034 Motorsports Stage 1 tune, it is exactly what it needed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and hitting the brakes. Brakes are great too. This car is just incredible. The new noises that you hear, everything is just so fantastic about this tune. You hear a little bit more induction noise, a little bit more turbo noise, a little bit more flutter when you lift off the throttle. And that is why I love this thing so much, because it is the one thing that changed this car the most. Every other little thing was just adding up bit by bit, but this tune brought everything together, brought everything to life, and just you can't beat that. You can't beat that. There are some real acceleration numbers here. A little bit downhill, but we got under 6 seconds for 0 to 60, and actually I had a 6.0 on flat ground, which is actually pretty darn good. I mean, this tune has really, really changed this car for the better. I'm in love with it. I can't wait to go stage 2. You know, I need a downpipe for that and an upgraded clutch, but stage 1 is incredible. Tuning the ECU on this Mark 6 GTI was easily my favorite thing I have done, because it really is a performance mod. Oh, a little pops and bangs there, a little burble, you know, love that stuff. I love the rear sway bar. I love the intake. I love the exhaust. All of those things just have some character to them that makes me love them. But that rear sway bar works so well at high speeds, but you can't get to high speeds without a tune. That exhaust sounds amazing, but it sounds even better when you get a tune. That intake is great, but it's not as effective until you get a tune. Basically, everything boils down to it is not as effective until you get the car tuned. Until you're reaching the speeds where the rear sway bar really is coming into its own in those very, very fast turns. I mean, it's great in the slow ones, but the fast ones, you're just eyes popping out of your head. It is so planted in the corner, and you got to reach those speeds to just get those eyes to pop out. And that's what this tune brings to the table. 034 Motorsports, you have done an incredible job with this tune. Now, I know there are other stage 1 tunes that do about 250 horsepower, so it's like a 50 horsepower increase, but that's not what I was going for. Something in my mind was like 034 Motorsports makes probably the best, safest tune, because they're more about handling than just raw power figures. All the safety parameters are kept, and it's still very, very punchy. 034, you make some incredible products, and this tune is top of my list for performance mods. And to think that is just stage 1. We're gonna go stage 2 eventually. We've got some more performance parts coming in, a bunch of mods that we're gonna do this year, and I'm hoping to see you at some shows and some local meets sometime soon. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Have a great day, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye.